welcome to Flory Models Daily Show. Here we are on Wednesday, the 13th of July 2016, and today started something like this. Hello, welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on Wednesday morning. Great show with Steve yesterday afternoon. Really nice to be back in the swing of it and everything else like that. Now, a lot of you have seen this. Obviously, I put it on my Facebook. It's been on the forum and everything else. I just have to thank Lou for sorting this out and everybody at News 12 for getting Flo on there and doing this for us. It's absolutely fantastic. I admit, when I first saw it, because obviously Lou sent it to me first, I thought it was like just a Photoshop job that they'd put our background in and had Flo sat there. Didn't realise it was a video. Then I pressed play, and to have them do it was absolutely amazing. So let's have a look.
Hello, Flory Model members. I'm Ted Copy.
And I'm Kylie Knowles. Flo here joins us on the anchor desk today for a stop before she continues her journey across the globe to help raise money for SNAP.
Please visit the website for more information on SNAP and how you can have Flo visit you before she makes her journey back home to Flory Models in November. Yeah,
well, Flo is off to her next location. I think it's somewhere in Pennsylvania. So we want to wish Flo a very safe journey. And from the anchor desk, I'm Kylie. Oh, sorry, Flo. I'm Kylie Knowles.
And I'm Ted Copy. Bon voyage.
See you, Flo.
So as the guys have said, if you do want to see Flo, then obviously drop it down in the forum. We're going to try and get around to everybody as we can. Remember, it is for charity. I do have to say that. This is totally for charity for Flo. Everybody's donating a little bit of money, sending her around the world, doing great little clips with this because it's been great. Some of the things she's seen and done, being down the Indy 500 with the Gas Monkey Garage and everything else like that. So a massive thank you to everybody who's making her stay really memorable. I intend at the end of this to put together a sort of an album with all her pictures and obviously a little bit of a video of her travel and everything else. Remember, it doesn't have to be something as posh and pictures as this. Anything to do. It's lovely just to see her on your benches as well, because I intend to do a montage of everybody's bench with Flo on it when she comes back here. Do have to say, it is for kids, guys. I don't know why we had 5 haters who disliked the video. You sad, sad people. It is for a children's charity we're doing it for. You know, forget you hate me or whatever it is. It's for the kids, and I take that as a personal attack on them. So you really are very sad, you 5 people who dislike that video. You know, dislike me as much as you like, but please don't dislike disabled children, because that's pretty sad and sick, and you belong on other sites, quite frankly. Anyway, at the moment I am just about to finish off the nose section down here on the spinner, I should say. Well, the spinner cap sprayed white. So what I'm going to do is mask it in a minute, get all the cameras up and running and finish this off, and then it's going to have that dark RLM 71, is it, on that one? Okay, and put the actual swirl in there. Then we'll unmask it and away we go. As I say, we've done the prop system. That's all finished and done now. And to be honest, as I say, we did those internal doors for them and everything else. So we weathered them up because, to be honest, we had a little bit of silver kicking round after doing that one. Okay, so that's my morning basically sorted. Going to get that one done. We're going to get that edited and then up to you obviously for this afternoon, so it'll be up on the site around about 5 or 6 with any luck, as long as I can get that done first time. But doing a swirl pattern, you know, it's like, might take a couple of attempts, but I'm going to crack on with it and get that one done, and that will complete all the subsections then for this particular build. And then hopefully I'm going to do a review for you tomorrow, and then obviously we've got another review on Friday. But in between all of that, I'm going to push on, hopefully get this thing cut apart, ready for these parts to be installed, and then over the weekend it can physically be drying and going off, and then that way on Monday perhaps we can get in and do the rescribing, re-riveting and everything of actually on the 190 itself. So mid next week we should be thinking about paint, definitely going to be in primer, paint and everything else, and really start to bring it together and push on with it. So there we go, time to get on with the spinner. Okay, and there we go, not a bad morning's work. We've done the prop. Hopefully you can see this. If I do that, there we go, you should hopefully get what we are trying to achieve with this. The whole point of doing this prop like this, the camera locks in, is just to wear it in and everything else like that. And again, don't forget, this is all solid resin. There's no plastic in this at all. Beautifully done, beautifully cast and everything else like that. I've just ruined my little setup for photographing here. But there we go. That is the engine and all the bits and pieces done just like that. Really, really enjoyed it. I can't reiterate enough how much I've actually enjoyed doing this. had a lot of fun treating these like mini models, and that's what we were saying. I don't know, it could be my new way of building. I've just enjoyed thoroughly the point of doing, like, to be honest, this guy here, we spent a morning just doing the prop bit and all the things like that. You know, if you took your time and, you know, you had some, yeah, a few interruptions, things like that, it's like a day's work just to do that, but it's worked off fantastically. I've tried to weather it, tried to give it that sort of authentic, worn down look, and all the bits and pieces, as you can see, but at the end of the day, I'm hoping it's worked really well, and it's going to give us a little bit of realism that we're after, okay, and give us that nice scale effect at the end of the day. But when you put it all together with all these other parts, as you can see, it really has come out very, very nicely. So that is coming together very, very good. I'm not going to turn itself off. Yes, it has. Sorry. Right, so there we go. That is those parts all done. It is completed. What I'm going to do, to be honest, is have a massive gut job. I know I spend my life saying I'm having a big gut job here, but I am very messy. So we're going to get this all tidied away. We're going to do a little bit of a photo shoot, just showing all the bits, components all finished, ready to go into the model. And then hopefully, maybe even as early as tomorrow, definitely by the end of the week, we'll have the main parts of this one cut up and done so we can actually get it together, put it together just like that. But really have enjoyed doing those. So time is now 25 past 11. To be honest, I've got a few orders to sort out, a couple of deliveries to go through and everything else like that. So I'm going to do those now. And then this afternoon, we'll be getting on with the new show. Okay, so there we go. And here it is down here. It is completed. It is done. Now, I had every intention, it should have been up by now. But to be honest, with the orders this afternoon and a few other things, and the fact that it edited down to an hour, I have more footage than actually I realised. I thought this 30 minutes tops, 20 minutes I was thinking is a little build, but to go into depth about it and talking about doing the spinner pattern and showing how I do it and all the things like that took a lot longer than I actually thought. So editing it down, it's like 4 hours work, I suppose, 4 or 5 hours doing this start to finish, editing all that down, and then, you know, trying to make it concise but detailed at the same time. It's turned out it's around about 55 minutes long, this video, so consequently it's uploading now, and as I'm looking right across, it's at 28% and it's uploading. Now the thing is, I've still got to pull all the still images from the video feed from it, so you've got the stills for it, so the chances are it won't be up tonight. It might be if I can get a bit of a roll on it in a minute, but by the time I've edited this and then I go back and get the images off and everything, if it's up and ready, then obviously we'll get it up. If it's not, it'll be up with you tomorrow. All right, so apologies for that, but what it does mean from our point of view is all the subsections are now completed, which is, I must admit, I'm quite sad. I know it sounds really odd, but I've enjoyed building in this particular way. You know, a lot of you guys have been following me over the last 10-15 years now. You'll know I have a certain style of building of how I like to work, and occasionally I'll change it up. So I'll show you the speed building way, i.e. chuck it all together and paint it afterwards. Very reminiscent of some of the builds we've done recently, just to get things moving along. Other things, we take our times, we pull apart, we work the problems that they have and figure things out at a slower pace, showing it in a lot more detail. This way though is something I think in the middle, because all we've done is taken a bog standard aftermarket sets, 2 of them, both the Sin sets for the 190, and we've decided to treat them like mini models. And actually somebody in the forum, I can't remember your name, sorry, mentioned that it'd be great to have like the engine on its own stand and things like that, because it's like a little work of art on its own. It doesn't need the rest of the aircraft, and I have to agree, absolutely love it. And the parts that we've got up here now, doing them, it was more relaxing, if you like it. There was no big pressure. And also the thing is, let's face it, wheels, they're not the most exciting thing in the world. And like props, to be honest, how many, you know I'm not the only guilty one if we all admit it, but you get to certain areas of models where you just can't be bothered and it's a boring thing. Like doing propellers, you built the model and all the rest of it, yeah, it's like an afterthought. We spoke about it a bit in the forum and on the Q&A yesterday about the actual thing about weapons, how technically they're boring to do. But this is what I'm saying, doing it this way and treating everything like a little mini model, breaking it down into sort of component level. So we've got engines, props, gear, cockpit, flaps, guns. Doing it that way, you spend more time, care and attention. And I have to say, I think it's shone through as well, because the detail seems to be better. I'm spending more time trying to get it perfect, whereas before that will do, okay. And in some ways you hide things as well. If I had this as perhaps the out of the box engine, because the details out there you're thinking, yeah, that's good enough, and no one's going to see it when it's hidden inside. When it's on a standalone, this has to be perfect right the way around it, because you guys are going to look all the way around it when we do the reveal photos and things like that. So you tend to take a little bit more care, making sure those things that you're never going to see are absolutely perfect, such as wiring, which, let's face it, if it had been in the model, I think, oh, I won't bother doing those, you're not going to see those, but we've put them in absolutely everywhere. So the next big stage for this one, to be honest, is going to be getting it all installed into the model. I'm going to do a couple of reviews tomorrow. Then on Friday, I'm probably, I must admit, going to push on with the Dolphin a little bit. I might do a live stream in the afternoon, just me trying to catch up with Steve, because obviously on Saturday I want to catch up with Steve if we can, so we can get on with the paint job. But hopefully by mid next week we'll have this all together and we can think about obviously painting and everything else like that. We've still got an in-depth couple of parts on this one. I'm going to show you in-depth re-riveting. You know, we've got rows of the riveter wheel and everything else like that. So obviously I want to show you that in detail about doing it. And there's a couple other little bits and pieces with the weathering. I think we're going to specifically talk about sanding paint. I've been asked about it a lot. We did it on the spinner here. I like the technique. It gives me what I want, so to speak, and I think it'll work really well with this type of camo work and paint work as well, using the wash and sanding it, texture, and all those things that we can do. So I'm probably going to do 2 more big key areas as we make our way through the build. But anyway, it has been a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So anyway, if it's not up tonight, it will be up with you tomorrow. Make your way through. But say the 190 build, this is part 6 of it now, so it's like 6 hours of video just doing these bits. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun. So there we go, that's it from me. Thanks for watching everybody, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.